Hello boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Crush Lusher Television. Okay, we're going to do just two problems today. We're going to do two related rates problems. So we're going to do number 1 and number 2. So these are kind of tricky, so you can try number 1 on your own. If you get stuck, just watch the rest of the video and then see if you can get number 2 on your own. After you watch me do number 1, if you're still confused, because they're very similar problems right here. These are multiple choice, but these are the same sort of concepts you might see on the free response of the AP, okay? So they love to throw these in, so let's make sure we master them and get good, all right? So, first thing, let's do it. When you're ready. The volume of a cube is increasing at a rate of 20 centimeters cubed per second. So that's the volume is increasing, so that's the rate of the volume changing. So in my notes, here's my notes, dV dt right here. So that means the volume is changing at 20 cubic centimeters. This would be a 3 if you can't see it. Per second. So this is what it gives me right there. That's the first piece of information. How fast in square centimeters per second is the surface area? So it's talking about volume, now it's talking about surface area. What the hell? Of the cube increasing at the instant when each edge is 10 centimeters long. So what did I put? Let's see. So the side or the edge is 10 centimeters of my cube right here. But I want to know how the surface area is changing over time. All right, so that's what I'm at. That's the question mark right here. So what do we do? So this is the side or the edge and the side. It's a cube. All the sides are the same. So this is how I approach a problem like this. So I approach a problem like this by first starting here. Okay, so I sort of work backwards with these. So if I need to know the surface area change over time, I need the surface area equation first. And then I'm just going to find the derivative of this surface area equation, and then I'll have my question mark. Then I can fill in the blanks. I'll show you what I mean. So the surface area of a cube, that's the area of all the faces, right? So the area of one face is side squared, side times side. How many faces are there? There's front and back, left and right, top and bottom. So it means there's 6 faces. There's 6 s squareds for the whole thing. So it's 6s squared. Yes, you have to be able to do this in the problem. Yes, you got to be able to come up with this on your own. Yes, you can do this. Here we go. 6s squared. So now if I find the derivative of this, dsa over t. So the derivative of this is 1. And then you're doing implicit differentiation. Derivative of surface area is derivative of surface area over time. Equals 2 times 6, which is 12s. Derivative of s is ds dt. Okay? So this is what I'm looking for right here. This I know is 10. So I'm going to plug 10 in here. But ds dt I do not know. So I need to get that because they gave me this information here to start. So maybe if I play with this, I can get my ds dt because that's the only thing I need in order to get my final answer. Okay? So see how I'm working backwards? Next. So the volume, so I need to get the volume first before I start messing with this. The volume of this is side times side times side. Length times width times height, right? So that's side to the 3rd power. Now, find the derivative of this. So the derivative of this is 1 dV dt. The derivative of the right side is 3s squared. Derivative of s, it's like the chain rule, right? Derivative of the outside. Keep the inside times derivative of the inside, which is ds dt. Now this is cool because now look, you know dV dt, you know this, so now I can get this, and then once I get this, boom, it goes right here, and I solve my problem. So dV dt is 20, because I got that from up here, equals 3, the side is 10, squared, ds dt. So 20 equals, that's 100 times 3 is 300, ds dt. So the side is changing, divide by 300, and so, divide by 10, which means you can cross out a 0. And then 2 over 30, cut that in half, is 1 over 15, which is ds dt. Cool. So you got ds dt, so now whoop, it's going to go right up in here. So now remember, eyes on the prize, you need the surface area over time. And so the surface area over time is right here. So you know the side is 10, and now we just got this. So derivative of the surface area over time equals 12 times 10 times what we just got, which is 1 over 15. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify right now. So 10 and 15, I can divide those by 5, right? So divide by 5, you can do that. Yeah, 10 over 15 is 2/3. You can do that. So this is 24 on my numerator. And 3 is 1 times 3 is 3 on my denominator. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So it'd be 8 centimeters squared, since the surface area is squared per second. Yeah, cool. Was that an answer choice? Yeah, E it up. There you go. All right, next. Number 2, very similar problem. So the volume of an expanding sphere. So the sphere is expanding, is 12 cubic feet per second. All right, so I write that down first. Let me change my page where I got my notes. So the sphere is expanding, is getting bigger. So the volume is getting bigger. So that would mean that the volume is changing. The rate of change of the volume in terms of time is 12 feet cubed per second. So that's the constant rate that the surface, this right here, the ball is getting bigger. The sphere is getting bigger. What else does it tell me? Let's see. When the volume of the sphere is 36 pi cubic feet, so it gives me the volume. How fast in square feet per second is the surface area increasing? So very similar to the last problems, we're finding the surface area change over time. Okay. So it gives me the volume is 36 pi feet cubed, and I'm looking for the surface area change over time. So I forgot what the volume of the sphere is. This is an open note test, and so you just go and Google it, and so you get the volume of the sphere and surface area of the sphere right here. So I wrote those down, and if you notice that the derivative of the volume is actually the surface area. Weird how that works. But let's see what we got. So working backwards again. So I'm starting here, and so I'm starting with this equation, the surface area. Because if I find the derivative of this, then I have this. So the surface area equals 4 pi r squared. So derivative of this is 1 ds dt equals derivative of this side is, this is one number, right? 4 pi. So it's 2 times 4 pi. This is the constant in front. So 2 times 4 pi is 8 pi r to the first. Derivative of r is dr dt. Bam. Okay, let's see what we got. So we got ds dt, bam. But we don't know r, and we don't know dr dt. It gives us dv dt, it gives us the volume, but it doesn't give us either of these. So can I work with them? Let's see. Let's work with this first. If you know the volume, can you get the radius? Yeah, because that's only one variable. Cool. So I guess we got to do two things. We got to do one thing to get the r, and another thing to get the dr dt. No problem. So we know the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay. Now it says the volume is 36 pi. So all I'm doing is I'm hunting down what I need. So I know this is what I need right here. So I need to get r and dr dt. So I'm hunting them down using my given stuff. So they must have given me this for a reason. So I got to use all my information to figure out how to get r and dr dt. All right. So the volume is 36 pi. This is the volume equation, and r is the only thing that I can solve for because everything else is a number, right? So I can get this right now. That's what I'm zeroing in on. So let's divide by pi, right? Divide by pi, and this equals 1. So the pi is gone. So 36 equals 4/3 r to the third. So in order to get rid of this fraction, you need to multiply by the reciprocal on both sides. So 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12, 12 divided by 12 is 1, and 1 times r to the third is r to the third. Now we can simplify. 36 and 4 are divisible by 4, right? 4 divided by 4 is 1. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So 36 divided by 4 is 9 over 1. 9 times 3 is 27 over 1 was just 27 equals r to the third on this side. Ooh, what number to the third power is 27? Yeah, that would be 3. 3 to the third power. So, yeah, there we go. Next, dr dt. So this information probably gets me that. So let's see. So now I'm going to take this equation, and I know that 4/3 pi r cubed. So I'm going to find the derivative of this, because I'm going to need this to use this somehow. And I'm going to get dr dt, because I'm still looking for this, eyes on the prize. That's what my goal is. So the derivative of this is dv dt equals 3 times 4/3 pi, 3 times this constant here, r squared times derivative of the inside, which is dr dt. Cool. We know this. We know this. Ooh, we just got this. So now I can get this. Yeah, cool. We're all good. So dv dt is 12. This 3 divided by 3 is 1. So it's 4 pi r. We just got r, which is 3. Squared dr dt. All right, looking good. So this is 12 equals 3 squared, which is 9. 9 times 4, which is 36 pi dr dt. Nice. Okay. So divide by 36 pi, and I get my dr dt. So 12 divided by 36, that's a third, right? So this pi stays in the denominator, so it's 1 over 3 pi equals dr dt. Cool. All right, looking good. So now, finally, we can start doing this. This is what I need, because I need SA over dt, the change of the surface area over time. Okay. So the derivative of the surface area over time equals 8 pi r. R is 3. And dr dt right here is 1 over 3 pi. Cool. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Funny how that works. Pi divided by pi is 1. And, ooh, did we get the same answer as last time? I think we did. That's weird. But it turns out that way. A, 2 is A. Got it. Okay, cool. These are the ones to do again. So if you're confused about what the hell I just did, try it again. See if you can get 8 on both without looking at your notes. Okay, that's a good way to practice this. The related rates are really important. They love to throw these at you. Good work, everybody. Take care.